Okay, so as most of you know, leaving New York City, that's why everything behind me is kind of a mess. And today, I took a major leap in the sense that I got rid of a lot of what I own. So, I mean, you accumulate so much stuff when you go through life. And, when I lived in my parents' house and I moved things from there to my new apartment and then moved that to another apartment. And you look at these things and you're like, do I even need these things? Are they not relevant? So on and so forth. And I just did a cleanse. I basically there's this theory called life, it's a book. It's called The Magic Life Tidying Thing of Cleaning Up. I forget what it's called. But basically, it's this Japanese philosophy where every item falls into two categories. Essentially, it sparks joy or it doesn't. And basically what I do is I look at everything and I'm like, am I going to be excited about this when I get back to New York a year from now? And if the answer is no, I throw it out, right? And doing this whole thing and cleaning everything out and just getting rid of things and donating a ton of stuff to Goodwill and the various things in New York, it's incredibly cathartic. And it allows you to see how much you accumulate. And I was having a conversation with a student today, and I was saying that it's interesting because poker is very similar. So hear me out a couple things. So first, at the nonverbal group where I do behavioral research and help people become better communicators and so on and so forth. So when I work there, one of the things I say is we don't teach skills, we don't add anything, we remove. So we take away all the baggage that people have added up in their life over several years. And I feel like poker is the same thing. And I guess my tip for today, or my strategy for today, is to try reduction in poker. Meaning, a lot of players will try to add things to their game to and sometimes overcomplicate it. And they're not at the level where they should be because of the fact that they're trying to do 7 things instead of trying to do 2 things really well. And I think a lot of players would really benefit from, especially if they're struggling or losing players, just stopping, resetting, removing all the various crazy aspects of what they could potentially do and making their game very binary. And the reason why I like binary anything is it's simple. It's yes or no. There's so much thoughts, so many things you can do. It's like with food. I fast right now, so I basically only eat in 4 to 6 hour windows. The rest of the day I don't eat. Why? It makes my life simple. I don't think, I really want a cheeseburger or I really want some donuts or whatever. It's easy because I know I can't eat in that amount of time. And it's the same thing with poker. That's why my original, I did a thing called fold, raise, or call in position. And people are like, this is the best thing, it helped me so much, blah, blah, blah. And the reason why it helped is because it reduced that decision-making process and made the game very simple. Either fold, raise, or call in position. So it's just you're raising for value, you're folding everything else. Now, this is not the best way to play poker, obviously. It's kind of like a temporary fix to a bigger problem, but it is immensely helpful. So look at how you can simplify your game instead of trying to make it more complex. And I think there's just massive craving from poker players to learn everything that's new and everything that's up to date and current, and I want to learn this and I want to learn that because it's the newest thing. And it's just what if you were able just to do 3 or 4 things really well at the table? I think a lot of players would be much better at that. So instead of trying to build on top of shit, make sure that the foundation is really solid. So I don't know, I just had that thought as I was leaving and kind of reducing my office and reducing everything. It's what aspects of your game can you reduce? So think about that. I hope it's not too theoretical, but it's a big thing. A lot of people don't realize that reduction, and this is life as well, right? Sometimes reduction is the most important or most powerful way of improving. Just reduce. Anyways, that's about it. Tomorrow, we're gonna. Memorial Day is tomorrow, so to all the veterans watching this, sincere thank you. Got a lot of friends in the armed forces, a lot of friends that have been through really rough times over, and I've heard stories that just unfathomable. And I'll save those comments for some other time. But thank you to everybody who is in the armed services and was in any veteran. That's about it.